So welcome to construction day 6. So the subfloor is officially done. So today we begin with the walls. The plan is, we're probably gonna make 8 or 10 sections to the walls. And today, hopefully we get to 3. But I just want to say that it's really good to be able to have a little bit of time between the days that we do build so that we get to discuss exactly the plan of action and make sure that the materials are there. And also just to talk things out, because there's a lot of things that I'm learning from my dad, from his experience with construction, but also the vision that I have for this build. So that time is needed and it works. All right, so enough jibber jabber. Let's get to it. So the way that we're going to create this header board, you put the 2x6 on its ends, the 1/2-inch plywood in between, which will give you your final 3.5-inch that a 2x4 would have. Make it nice and solid. Alright, so a couple of lessons that I'm learning along the way here. So first off, I had miscalculated the 2x6s that we needed. So this morning I went to pick up what I had thought was what we needed, which were 2 extra 2x6x8s, and got there, realized I had made another mistake, so I had to go get another 2x6x8. So lesson for me is you can do your calculations, but also just take a second to think about it a bit more. You know, you just want to work, hit those construction days hard, and do as much as you can. But I just gotta learn to take a second, measure twice, cut once, right? Measure twice, take a trip to go buy once. Let's get back to the construction site. Now we're at the part where we're starting with the first section, and it's kind of a good idea to lay things down to get a perspective of what you need for your king stud, your jack stud, and where your headers would be, just to give you that distance. And then we have this to deal with. So here we have one king stud that's going to be using that slant drilled into the side, and king and a jack, king and a jack. And so this will be one section here, we'll build that, and then a second section inside, and then the rest after. So we figured that we can have a 2x4 of 10 feet, and then we have a base plate, 2 top plates, the fascia, and then the plywood on top, and then the roofing. So this full thing would give us, from the ground up, 13 feet 2 inches, and I believe the maximum is 13.5 or 13.3 depending, but the weight is going to drop the trailer down. So instead of going with 2x4s by 12, we chose 2x4 by 10, because we're just going to need 10 feet, or else we would have lost 2 feet for every piece of wood that we got. So anyways, that's what we're figuring. On the back it'll be 9 feet, and on the front it'll be 10 feet. And then with the rest of these, it'll give us the maximum height that we can have. So a little bit of figuring, but it's only being here and being at this stage are we able to really figure things out. Good to me. So one thing that we did is, as I mentioned earlier, we're leaving an inch on each side that's going to extend past the wheel well, but we're also putting the wall 1.5 inches inside. So when 1/2 inch plywood is going to go on the outsides, which will leave an inch, the windows will extend into that. Any other covering that we have outside should be within that, the specs of 102 inches, 8.5 feet to be ready. So here we are. That will be the height of the ceiling. All right. The plan now is to build the other wall on this side and then tie the two walls with this third piece here. So I guess it's gonna be a 1, 2, 3. This is amazing. All right. Okay, let's get back to it. Alright, so piece number 2, this is the back wall, there's no windows, so it becomes a lot easier. So I wanted to mention one thing that my dad just talked to me about, is putting this plate here, where it gives something so that the next wall can be tied to this way. Something that I've never seen before, but so the challenge that we have now is to fit that end piece, and obviously we have 10-foot stud on one side, 9-foot stud on the other side. So what we did is that we laid it down this way. Just laid one piece just so that we could get the angle, and then this is about a 7 degree difference. So 7 degrees here, and then at the end of that stud there, and then using this 2x4 by 10, we're just drawing the line on each of the studs that are going to go through. And that should give us the slope of the angle when we pull this wall up. As you can see, this is what we're trying to do here. And we're measuring the distance here, matches the distance down there, so that when we tie it all together, that it's not going to play any role. Alright, so that is it for us for construction day 6. As you can see, we've got those 3 small sections up, and which gives us amazing perspective, so we can see now where everything's going to go. And we have them braced because there's a lot of wind happening. So right now the race is on. Basically we have those sections, and we want to finish off the rest and tie them properly and put some Tyvek around the whole thing to make it more water resistant. And that's about it. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell so you get notified when there's more videos. And I'll stop gabbing. This is it for day 6. Thank you so much, and God bless.